Hey team, Paul here from Results Personal Training, and I've just finished my newsletter for this week, and I wanted to bring you a quick video. This week I've been asked a couple of times, how do I get the summer six-pack, or how do I get toned arms and legs for summer? We are just around the corner from summertime here in New Zealand. It is a beautiful day out there today, and I thought this week I would bring you the hierarchy of fat loss. Yes, the number one thing to do for a summer six-pack or to be summer shredded is get your nutrition on point. Your nutrition is essential. Getting the right amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Not eating too much food, not eating too little food. All are really, really important. And I'm not going to dive into the ins and outs of nutrition in this little video, but know that it is that important. In fact, it's so important that I gave it the number 2 point in the hierarchy of fat loss. Number 1, nutrition. Number 2, nutrition. Number 3, resistance training. Yes, resistance training trumps cardiovascular training, and the reason being is that resistance training increases lean muscle tissue, which thereby raises your metabolism. And raising your metabolism basically means you're going to be burning more fat doing nothing, which is a pretty cool thing. So if I increase 2 or 3 kilos of lean muscle tissue to my frame, it means that I can burn an extra 2, 3, 400 calories literally doing nothing, watching Netflix as an evening, and I'm burning fat. Pretty cool, hey? So resistance training, super important, and there are many ways you can do resistance training, but for the sake of fat loss, I quite like anything that's going to get more work done in a given period of time. So supersets, trisets, anything that's going to speed your work up or the amount of work that you can do in a given time frame. The number 4 thing on the hierarchy of fat loss is interval training, or high intensity interval training, HIIT. High intensity interval training, again, is going to boost your metabolism. It raises EPOC, excess post-oxygen consumption, and basically that's a fancy way of saying it raises a whole bunch of factors which then need to come back down to homeostasis. Now, all of these factors, including blood pressure, including lactate, all cost energy to bring back down to homeostasis, and all that energy typically comes from fat. So really important. If you came to me and you said, hey Paul, I've got 2 hours a week, what do? I say, okay, we're going to do 2 hours of resistance training, and you might do an hour on Monday and an hour on Thursday. If you have 3 hours a week to dedicate to your training, that's 3 hours of resistance training. And I'm just going to say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 4 hours, now we're looking at 3 hours of resistance training, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and an hour of high intensity interval training. And I like nothing more than 20 minutes when it comes to HIIT work. You can't do an hour of high intensity interval training. Your adrenals will be fried at the end of it, okay? So your best bet is to split it up into 3 bouts of about 20 minutes. And you could call that Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The type of HIIT work, I quite like a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 ratio, meaning that you're going to do 2 minutes of comfortable work followed by a minute of hard out work, or 20 seconds of comfortable work followed by 10 seconds of hard out pushing. And you can do that on an air bike, you can do it on a rower, you can run, you can do it at kettlebells, body weight, whatever it takes, whatever tools it takes to do that. Just know that 2 minutes of comfortable followed by 1 minute of all out hard work. Now, if you happen to have more than 4 hours a week dedicated that you can dedicate to your fitness, I'm going to say, how do you have that? How do you have that first and foremost? Because that's a lot of time. But I jest. If you have plus 4 hours, that's 3 hours of resistance training, an hour divided up of interval training, and then that's where you put your aerobic training in. So this is your steady state cardiovascular training. This is your going for a jog or going for an easy bike ride or whatever that might be, all right, on top of your 4 hours. Now, if you happen to love bike riding and you like to do nothing more than 2 hours of bike riding on the weekend, then cool, do that. This is not about what you love. This is about optimizing fat loss, okay? Now, on top of all of these things, you need to have your non-negotiables in place. And your non-negotiables, I call that the 777 system. I want you to get 7 hours sleep, 7,000 steps, and 7 big ass glasses of water. Now, 7 hours sleep, because if you're not sleeping 7 hours, leptin and ghrelin, your 2 hunger hormones, get all out of squiff, all grumpy, and will make you hungry all the time. I want you to get 7,000 steps. In fact, I don't care if you get 10,000 or 15,000. I want you to get a minimum of 7,000, all right? That's a minimum level. And I want you to get a minimum of 7 big ass glasses of water, because half the time you're not hungry, you're actually thirsty or bored. And 65 to 70% of us is made up of water. It is really important to get good quality hydration. So there is the hierarchy of fat loss. I hope that helped. Paul, Results Personal Training. Have a great day.